afternoon, South Africa, and a very warm welcome to you. This is Afternoon Express, and we are back, baby. It's Thursday. I love Chef Dion. He's just a 1-2 kind of guy. Now, let me break down why we have our incredible chefs in the loft. Curry is quickly, or rather the quickest way to spice things up. So get ready for another Afternoon Express Curry Masterclass with me, Palisa Tembe. Olympic Chef Dion is here once again to show us how to make a Rogan Josh curry, a curried eggs dish served with banana salad, and a fan favorite, Durban chicken curry. We'll also be preparing and perfecting our roti making technique. Now I'm ready for that, Dumi.
I'm definitely ready, and this is why we keep bringing him back, because we want to learn while we cook. You know, we need to make sure our tummies are full as we keep learning all this stuff. So what do you have in store for us today?
It's a mixed masala of South African curries today. I mean, from the Free State to Durban. So it's a mixed melting pot of different curries we're going to make today. Durban curry, Rogan Josh.
You said it well when you said masala, so maybe we need to break that down, Pali. We broke down the curry, let's break down the masala.
Okay, cool. So if we look over here, there's more of a brighter, yellowy, sort of vibranty masala, which is your Tandoori Masala. So it's got a lot of turmeric in there and sort of like aromatic, fragrant spices that you add to it. In the center over here, we've got the leaf masala, which is more sort of like leafy, greeny, sort of like your cinnamon leaves, your bay leaves that are in there, your curry leaves as well. So it's got a sort of notes that's more fresher in sort of taste and flavor when it's added to your curries, and it gives it this like vibrant taste at the end. Over here, we've got a bit of the mother-in-law masala, which is your red-hot, spicy masala. It's added to curries to give it a punch, a bit of heat. It's often known as gunpowder as well.
Oh.
So, yeah, it's your number one.
Well, I think it's kind of weird. Shout out to mothers-in-laws across the world. Why would you call it mother-in-law masala with an explanation and description of hot, spicy, you know, very full-bodied, and then you're going to go on and say it's also known as gunpowder masala.
Mother-in-law gives it away. Jeez, really.
Okay, I love it. That mother-in-law spices is a spice that's literally given to you by your mother-in-law.
But like, that's probably why they named it.
Probably.
It's going to be hot and fiery for your mother-in-law.
So we've already gone through our 3 masalas in front of us, and theirs.
This is a favorite, and it's like every chef or home cook has its own individual sort of way of making it. It's your garam masala. Like personally, I add rose petals to mine as well. It's weird, but it's this floral, sort of like earthy, flavor-based masala that you'd add to your curries, and it just sort of like enlightens or brings the meat of protein of your curry out as well.
Beautiful. Now, these are the 4 different types of masalas that one can enjoy. Now we're talking quick, easy type spices that come together to create these delicious flavors, Dumi. Now, we did touch quite heavily on curries on Tuesday's show, and you made red masala and green masala paste. If you were to just break down then how that could compare to the spices in front of us, and you also have your own array going on there.
Yes, Palisa, I do. And what I've got over here is the aromatics that you would use. So normally you'd have the powders that have been ground down. Here I've got cinnamon, which in instance we're using this cinnamon stalk or cinnamon stick. You can use it in this instance, but I've noticed that when you use the stalk, somehow for me it packs a bit more flavor, because you can literally cook throughout the entire stew or whatever you're making and then take it out at the very end. We've also got star anise, which is also very important, because not only can you use these 2 in savory dishes, but you can also use them in very sweet dishes as well. And I think it heightens the flavor whatever you're making, but then adds, I'd like to think, a touch of sweetness, depending. It's not sweet in flavor, but in terms of your palate, it basically rounds it all off. On the masala front, Palisa, I don't want to go ahead and say things that I don't know, because I'm not the masala queen, but maybe you can break it down for us, Chef.
I'm not the masala queen, but the masala king, per se. So masalas are, I mean, in South Africa, it's often called curry powders, which is the same thing. It's just a general term which is more sort of familiar to the public. But masalas are basically a blend or mix of various spices that sort of come together in a different purpose to sort of enhance curries. So it's basically up to you. Once you develop your palate, you could literally throw whatever spices you feel goes well, toast it, blitz it up, and you have your own masala, and then just tweak and play around from there.
Beautiful.
With the spices we have here, Chef, because you also did break down on Tuesday, we've got the Anise, we've got the Tandooris, we've got, you know, normal curries. Which spice would you say pairs well with which dish? I know it's not specific, but what would you suggest? Or...
So you see, the Tandoori, for example, is more vibrant, more neutral in a sense, and like I said, florally and fragrant. So that's used for like Tandoori, so it's cooked on like open fire flame, so it gets it smokiness, so it wants to be sort of like undertoned or sweeter in a sense. So it sort of combines or like amalgamates with the fiery flavors that you get. Then like your leaf masala, for example, is more like leafy or greeny. But it's nice to add to your curries with other masalas as well, because it brings that vibrant sort of like florally, sort of greeny flavor that opens up the curry as well. So it's all for different purposes as well. Like your garam masala, as I mentioned, is sort of added to various curries along with other spices as well.
But then you also get something that's a lot more milder and a lot for, like, you know, more family friendly, something like a butter chicken. Now, that is almost mild to its core, but still very delicious, very flavorful, but still has that full-bodied nature. So for something like that, chef, what would I use? Would I be using a masala, or would I rather be using spices that come together for that butter chicken?
The thing is, like, so a general term, like I said, a curry powder. So if you find yourself a curry powder that you're familiar with and you really enjoy cooking with it, use that as your base, because that can be added to various types of dishes or curries, but just in smaller quantities.
Beautiful. Well, there you have it. All the masala that you can think of. So now it's time to use this knowledge and put it to the test. We're bringing you 4 delicious recipes, but before we get into those, if you want to stand a chance to win this beautiful spice tin, share your favorite curry spices on our Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram competition posts with the hashtag Afternoon Express. Competition closes at 9 a.m. on Monday, the 26th of July. T's and C's can be found on afternoonexpress.co.za.